Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giri Baradari Jaya Giri Baradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giri Baradari Jaya Giri Baradari Sing Gurvagyam Shirishirdaryam Shaktavesha Swarupine Hare Krishneti Mantrena Paschatya Prachyatarane Vishvacharya Prabharjaya Divya Karunya Murtaye Shri Bhagavata Madhurya Gita Jnana Pradayane Gaura Shri Rupa Siddhanta Saraswati Nishevane Radha Krishna Padamboja Bringaya Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswaminiti Namane Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikayai Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan iti namane Namo Vishnu Padaya Acharya Singha Rupane Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyana Keshaviti namane Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati iti namane Shri Varsavana Videvi Dayataya Kripabdaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Dayane Prabhave Nama Madhurya Ujjvala Premadya Shri Rupa Nuga Bhakti Da Shri Gaura Karana Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarane Rupa Nuga Avirudhapa Siddhanta Dvanta Harane Namo Gaura Kishadaya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambujayate Nama Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namane Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupa Nuga Varayate Gauravir Bhava Bhumestvam Nirdeshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Vansha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabhadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaura Tishe Namah Nityanandam Namastubhyam Prem Ananda Pradayane Kalo Kalamashanashaya Janava Pataye Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanshana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Bhaktya Vihina Aparadha Lakshay Kshiptascha Kamadi Taranga Madhye Kripa Mai Tvam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanara Vindam Vrindai Tulsi Debai Priyai Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavachai Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama. First of all, I'm offering my unlimited Dandavat Pranams and my Shraddha Pushpanjali at the lotus feet of my most worshipable beloved Gurudev, Nitya Leela Pravishta, Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Ashtotarasata Sri Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. Then I'm offering my same unlimited Dandavat Pranams, my Shraddha Pushpanjali, at the lotus feet of my most worshipable beloved Siksha Gurudevs, Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Ashtotara Sata Sri Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj, and Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnupad Paramahansa, Ashtotara Sata Sri Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. I offer my Dandavat Pranams to all my Sri Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga, and my Dandavat Pranams to all of the Vaishnavas and to all of the Vaishnavis. And also today is Shri Ekadasi Titi Mahadvadashi. Let me just check the name of the Mahadvadashi again. Paksha Vardhani Mahadvadashi. Today, very auspicious day. So, you know that Srila Prabhupada has been already on the Jaladuta for about something like 10 days now, crossing. Because you know when he started his journey on the Jaladuta? He started it on the day after Baladev Purnima. Very powerful day. Very powerful day. To start on the Pratipat day after Baladev Purnima. Because Baladev Prabhu is who? Who is he? Do you know who Baladev is? Who is Baladev? Huh? So speak louder. Louder, I can't hear you. He's what?
Brother of Krishna, Sankarsana.
Brother of Krishna and what?
Ananta.
Yes, what else? Huh?
Can I say?
How is he Guru?
In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's explained who is Baladev Prabhu.
Yeah.
One shloka. Vaibhava Prakasha, Krishnera, Shri Balarama. Varna, Matra, Bheda, Saba, Krishnera, Samana. It means first expansion is Krishna, Vaibhava Prakasha, Shri Balaramaji, who has same color, different color Bheda. It means different color his body and different mood. But all energy, all power and straight, same like Krishna. It means Saba, Krishnera, Samana. It means he is equal Krishna.
But how is he Guru? How is he Guru? Baladev is Guru Tattva. Didn't you know that? He's called the Akhanda Guru Tattva. Akhanda. What does Akhanda mean? Undivided. He's not divided. He's one principle of Guru Tattva. All gurus are representations and manifestations of Baladev as Guru Tattva. But especially how is Baladev Guru Tattva? for all the jivas. Because who expands into the jivas' hearts? All the jivas have a super soul, Paramatma, within their heart. Who is that super soul? That super soul, he is called Antaryami. Antaryami means the guide, the guru that is within us, within our heart. That is Baladev. And Baladev appeared in this Kali Yuga, Danya Kali Yuga, along with Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as who? As Sri Nityananda. Sri Nityananda Prabhu. And he is Guru. He's always referred to as Guru Nityananda. Because he's completely directly Baladev. Just like Mahaprabhu is directly Krishna. So Nityananda Prabhu is directly Guru Tattva. And that's why, without the mercy of Nityananda, no one can approach Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We sing that in the song that I have you singing every day. Arkaber Nitai Chand Karuna Hoibe Samsara Vasana Mor Kabe Tucha Habe. We cannot give up all of our material illusion, all of our material attachments, all of our desires, material desires separate from Krishna. We cannot give that up without the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. So, the fact that our Srila Prabhupada chose that day, the day after after Baladev Prabhu's appearance, Baladev Purnima Day, then the Jaladuta set sail. And Prabhupada was aboard the Jaladuta. Why is this important for us, this history about Srila Prabhupada getting on this ocean, sea-going vessel called the Jaladuta? Why is that important for us? Why?
Because this example show us how Srila Prabhupada he used this shloka Trinada Pisunichan Tarora Pisishna, I think so, because he has heart attack in this boat and he tolerate this and so many obstacles in this boat. But this example show us we should be very tolerant.
Okay, but my question is, why is Srila Prabhupada's journey on the Jaladuta, why is that very, 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 very important for us? That he came onto the ship and he journeyed. Where did he journey? To the Western countries, to America. To do what?
Spread Krishna consciousness.
And do what? And save all the jivas from never-ending rotation in the cycle of birth and death. What would have happened to us if Srila Prabhupada would not have come? If Prabhupada would not have come and gotten on the Jaladuta, what would happen to us?
Go to hell.
Huh? What?
Everybody cycling in this samsara again and again. High planet.
Yes, we would continue.
Yes.
We would continue in the cycle of birth and death, and we would continue suffering endlessly in the material energy. But this personality, this divine eternal servant of Krishna, descended from Goloka Vrindavan as the eternal associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu. He was not an ordinary jiva. no ordinary jiva could do what he did. What he did is what no one else could do. No one else had done, and no one else could do. So of course Krishna sent him to this world. And he performed the most powerful and supremely important service of introducing the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Srimad Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Sri Chaitanya Charitamritam, and especially the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He introduced that to the whole world. Yes. So, Srila Prabhupada, he was this merciful messenger. And he himself told that the reason why, do you understand English? Hare Krishna. The reason why, Srila Prabhupada said, the reason why he came to this Western countries is to give the message as a servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what is that message called? It's called Gaura Vani. Gaura Vani means the instructions of Gaura, the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's why he gave his pranam mantra, Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane. What's the meaning of that verse?
You mean second?
The one I just told. Saraswati Devi.
I worship Saraswati Devi.
Hey! Psh, psh, out, out. No phone calls in this room. Do you know English language? Okay, okay. But no answering phone and talking. This is a lecture, okay? This is a class. Huh?
So Namaste Saraswati Devi. I pay obeisances Saraswati Srila Prabhupada. So he is worship, pay obeisances to his guru, Srila Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada. Namaste Saraswati Devi, Gauravani Pracharine. Pracharine, it means he spread Gauravani, instruction of Gauranga. Nirvishesha Shanyavadi. Nirvishesha, it is Mayvada. Shanyavadi, it is like Buddhism. Nirvishesha, zero. Everything was zero. Nirvishesha. Nirvishesha Shanyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. He came and cut off with all Nirvishesha and Shanyavada. Shanyavada, philosophy in this world.
Yeah. That's good. So, Srila Prabhupada came as a servant, the greatest servant of his spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. He came in a humble way, and he wrote that in his prayer on the Jaladuta, which I'm going to now read. And we will carefully examine what Srila Prabhupada is expressing in his prayer. So this prayer, he titled it Prayer unto the Lotus Feet of Krishna. So, this is written on September 13th, 1965, on the ship Jaladuta. So the beginning of the song, Srila Prabhupada, who is he addressing? Who is Srila Prabhupada speaking to in this song? So here it says, Krishna Tava Punya Habe Bhai. Who is he talking to? Krishna. He's talking to Krishna. Yes. The ISKCON translation of this is not so accurate. The translation guided by Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj is very accurate. Because here it says, I emphatically say to you, O brothers, that you will obtain your good fortune from the Supreme Lord Krishna only when Srimati Radharani becomes pleased with you. That's the way that the ISKCON translated it, but that's not how Srila Sridhar Maharaj understood it. Srila Sridhar Maharaj said that our Prabhupada is directly addressing Krishna. And he's using the word Bhai, which means brother. Okay? But they translated it that he's talking to multiple, like, all you brothers, as in various other songs written by our acharyas. But no, as Srila Sridhar Maharaj says, he's directly talking to Krishna. And he's addressing him with this word Bhai, O brother. That, of course, is explained by Srila Sridhar Maharaj also. He, in a friendly way, with the mood of friendship, he's telling to Krishna that, my dear Krishna, and also gopis, they call Krishna Bhai also. They also address Krishna like that because we just heard it the other day, that they also feel all of the 5 rasas towards Krishna. They're all contained within Madhurya Rasa. So, E punye koribe jabe. So here, E pure punya. E punya is translated here as your good fortune. And yes, that is true. He will obtain the fulfillment of his desires. E punya koribe jabe. Radharani kushi habe. Radharani Kushi means that Radharani will be pleased with you. She'll be pleased with you, Krishna, if you will help me, as I'm going to now tell you. He didn't say it in the refrain. He's saying, Dhruva ati boli tomatai. Yes. Dhruva ati boli tomatai. I'm speaking to you in a very emphatic way, O Krishna. Dhruva ati. Very emphatic way, very serious way. And I'm guaranteeing to you, O Krishna, because you always are seeking that Krishna, that Srimati Radharani will be happy with you. This is your heart's desire, that Srimati Radharani will be satisfied with you. So, I want to tell you, Krishna, I know a way in which you can satisfy Srimati Radharani. Now please listen to me, O Krishna. Now he says, Sri Siddhanta Saraswati, Sachi Sutta Priya Ati, Krishna Sevai, Jar Tulanai. Now he begins to express that my guru, he doesn't say my guru, he says this great devotee, Sri Siddhanta Saraswati, Sachi Sutta Priya Ati, he is extremely Priya. Priya Ati means extremely dear to who? The son of Mother Sachi. Sachinandan Gaurhari, Lord Gauranga. He's very dear to him. And what else? Krishna Sevai Jar Tulanai. In terms of his service to Krishna, Oh, it is unparalleled. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's service to Krishna is unparalleled. Krishna Sevai Jar Tulanai. And who is he? Who is this Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati? Se Mohant Guru Jagater Madhe Uru. So, Mohant Guru means Mahant, greatest. He is in that category of greatest of all great gurus. Jagater Madhe Uru, in this whole Jagat, in this whole world. He is that great saintly spiritual master, Mahant Guru. And what does he do? What is his activity that he performs? Krishna Bhakti Day Tai Tai. Krishna Bhakti Day Tai Tai means that he gives pure devotion to Krishna. Krishna Bhakti Tai Tai means at different places throughout the world. He distributes pure Krishna Bhakti all throughout the world in different places. That's the second shlok. Third shlok. Tar Itcha Balavan Paschatyete Tan Tan. Now he says, his Itcha, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's desire, his Itcha, his strong desire is Balavan. Balavan means full of Bala. Full of Bala. What does Bala mean? Bala means spiritual potency and power. Bala. That's why Balaram, Baladev means spiritual power. So his desire is Balavan. Very, very powerful desire. And what is that desire? Paschatyete tan tan hoy jate gorangeranam. That in all of the countries of the Western world, everywhere, that this name of Gauranga, Gaurangeranam, the name of Gauranga, it should spread everywhere throughout the Western countries. How? Prithivite Nagaradi Asamudra Nadanadi. That means, on the surface of the earth, Prithivite. Nagaradi means all villages and all towns and all cities. Yes, Nagaradi, towns, villages, cities on the earth. Asamudra Nada Nadi, from all the oceans, Samudra, to the seas, to the rivers, Nada Nadi, and the streams even. His desire is Sakale Loy Krishna Nam. Everyone, everywhere on the whole earth planet, they will chant the holy name of Krishna. So beautiful how Prabhupada is expressing this. Tahale Ananda Hoy, Tabe Hoy Digvijay, Chaitanyer Kripa Atishai. And when this vast mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when it is victorious, Digvijay. Digvijay means supremely victorious in all directions. Then what will happen? Tahale Ananda Hoy. A flood of transcendental Ananda ecstasy will cover all the lands. It will just flood everywhere. Ananda Hoy. And this mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will conquer every direction. And it will cover all the lands. And then what? Maya Dushta Jata Duki Jagate Sabai Sukhi. Maya Dushta. Do you know what Maya Dushta is? That's us. That's the jivas in this, the conditioned souls in the material world. They're called Maya Dushta. That means they're suffering, miserable, sinful, living entities. But the desire of the pure Vaishnavas is that these Maya Dushta jivas, what should happen to them? These Dukhi jivas. Jagate Sabai Sukhi. That all of them throughout the whole universe, they'll all become Sukhi, happy. Sukhi means very, very happy. And then when that takes place, Vaishnaver Icha Purnahoy. When everyone becomes happy like this, then the desire of the Vaishnavas will be fulfilled. Now Srila Prabhupada begins to talk about the order that was given to him by his Guru Maharaj. Se karja je koribare agya jadi dilo more jogya nahi an din hi. Now he tells, although my Guru Maharaj ordered me to accomplish this mission, this great mission, he ordered me to accomplish this, to bring this to the Western countries, to make the mission of Mahaprabhu successful in all directions. But he said, Jogya nahi an dinhin. I am not worthy. He gave me this agya, this order, but I'm not worthy. I'm not fit to do it. And I'm also dinhin. Dinhin means I'm fallen and I'm insignificant. This is Prabhupada's mood. Feeling so incapable. And then he prays, therefore, O Lord, now I am begging for your mercy. Tai se tomar kripa. I'm begging for your kripa. Magi techi anurupa. That means Magi techi means I'm begging for your kripa, for your mercy. So that what? That I can become worthy. I can become worthy. Aji numi sabar praveen. This means that actually you are the praveen. You are the most excellent, intelligent, expert, wisest of all. You are praveen. So, today, if you bestow your power to me, tomar se shakti pele, guru sebai bastu mile, jiban sartak jadi hoy. So, tomar se shakti pele means if you give me your shakti, if you bestow your power, guru sebai bastu mile. What does vastu mean? Vastu means the absolute truth. And if you give me your shakti, your empowerment, guru sebai vastu mile, then by doing guru seva, I will attain the absolute truth. And jivan sartak jadi hoy, my life will become successful if you bestow your power. So if that service to Guru Seva, if that service is obtained, say seva paile, tahale sukhi hole. Anyone who obtains that service to Sri Guru, what happens to him? Tahale sukhi hole. He becomes very, very happy. And tabasanga bhagyate miloi. Tabasanga means your association, Krishna. Krishna, he obtains your association. Why? Because he becomes bhagyavan. fortunate, becomes fortunate. Now Srila Prabhupada quotes the beautiful prayer from Srimad Bhagavatam 7th canto 9th chapter verse 28 that is spoken by who? Prahlad Maharaj. And he spoke it to who? Lord Nrsingadev. You have that there? You're reading it? So this is so beautiful that Srila Prabhupada quoted this verse here. It has such deep meaning. And he's applying this verse to himself. Because Prahlad Maharaj was telling this to the Lord, and he was speaking about his own fallen condition. Prahlad Maharaj, of all people. He was speaking to Lord Nrsingadev how fallen he is. But how he was saved. How he was saved by who? His spiritual master. Here's the verse. Evam janani patitam prabhavahi kupe kama bikama manuya prapatan prasanghat kritvat masat surarshina bhagavan grihita soham katam nu vishrije tava britya seva evam janani patitam prabhavahi kupe. My dear Lord, O Lord Nrsingadev, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, because of my association with material desires, kama bikamam anuya, one after the other, my material desires, what was happening to me? Prapatam prasangat. I was following the general populace. And I was gradually falling into a blind well full of snakes. But your servant, Narada Muni, he kindly accepted me as his disciple. And he instructed me how to achieve this transcendental position. Kritvat masat surarshina bhagavan grihita. Your servant, Britya, your Britya, my Lord, he instructed me how to achieve this transcendental position. So therefore, soham katam nu vishrije tava britya sevam. Therefore, my first duty is to serve him. How could I leave his service? And then he continues, Srila Prabhupada continues in his Bengali prayer, praying to Krishna. He says, Tumi mor chirsati, bhuliya mayar lati, kayachi janma janmantare. He's saying, O Lord Krishna, you are my eternal companion. Chir Sati means you're my eternal companion. But Bulia Mayar Lati, you know what a lati is? It's a bamboo stick that's used for fighting. Yes, big, very strong, very hard bamboo stick for fighting, cracking the heads of people. So he says, but because I forgot you, my Lord, O Krishna, I have forgotten you and I have been suffering birth after birth, Mayar Lati, the kicks of Maya. Kayachi Janma Janmantari. But if today, Aji and Aj means today. Aji Puna Eshu Jog. Jadi hoy jogad yog, tabe pari tuhe mili bari. So he's placing his position. If today this opportunity to meet you again occurs, O my Lord, then tabe pari tuhe mili bari. Mili means to meet you. Mili bari, I will surely be able to meet you, O my Lord. If this chance to meet you again occurs today, then I can rejoin you. So now he says, Tomar milane bai, abar se sukkapai, go charane guri din bor, kata bane chuta chuti, bane kai luta puti, se din kabe habe mor. Now this is the verse which is interpreted by different persons differently. Like Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, he explained. Our Gurudev, he also explained this verse. But some persons want to use this verse that Srila Prabhupada wrote as a kind of evidence that he himself is admitting that his relationship eternally with Krishna is in Sakya Ras. But Srila Sridhar Maharaj read that, and he was saying there is some mood there, but this is not necessarily indicating what? That his eternal relationship is in Sakya Ras. And he also mentioned, because of the influence of Lord Nityananda Shakti, because Srila Sridhar Maharaj declared that on this Jaladuta, he prayed so fervently to the Lord that divine mercy, divine power had to descend. And therefore I consider him and I declare him to be Shakti Avesh avatar of Nityananda Shakti. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj mentioned that because of this intensity of his prayer, and because of that mood of being influenced by Sri Nityananda Prabhu, therefore some mood of friendship came in him, because those who are with Lord Nityananda, we see that in Chaitanya Bhagavat, they have that Sakya Ras mood with Lord Nityananda. So that mood could have come, but it does not prove that he is in Sakya Ras. Srila Sridhar Maharaj said quite the opposite. He said, no, all of our acharyas are in Madhurya Rasa. So certainly this is not evidence that he is in Madhurya Rasa or the mood of Manjari Bhav. No. But anyway, what he's telling here is that, oh my dear friend, in your company, I will experience great joy once again. Abar se sukhapai. Abar means again. Go charane guri din bor. In the early morning, I will wander about the cowherd pastures and fields. Then, kata bane means in the forest. Chuta chuti, bane kai lutaputi. So running and frolicking, playing in the many forests of Braja, I will roll on the ground in spiritual ecstasy. Lutaputi means to roll on the ground. Oh, when? Say din kabe habe more. When will that day be mine? So when Gurudev read this, he responded to that understanding of some persons. He did not object that they cannot think of him in that way. No, he responded and he said, but the Braja Gopis, they are always in the forests of Vrindavan. They are always running here and there also. to meet with Krishna, to arrange Krishna's meetings. They're also rolling on the ground in spiritual ecstasy. Okay? So it does not exclusively refer only to Sakya Ras. Now, the last verse of this poetry, of this prayer, Srila Prabhupada is directly expressing his internal moods, and he is saying that today, Aji, today, as I'm writing this prayer, Se subidane tomar smarana bela, baro asha daki lam thai. Baro asha daki lam thai. So he says, today, Aji se subidane tomar smarana bela. The remembrance of you, the smaran of you, O my Lord, subidane, in such an auspicious, wonderful way, that remembrance came to me of you. Baro asha daki lam thai. And because I have baro asha, a very great desire, baro asha, daki lam thai, I called out to you, O Krishna. I called to you on this day with this wonderful remembrance of Krishna, of you. And he says, Ami tomar nitya das, thai kori eta ash. He says, I am your nitya das. I am your eternal servant. And therefore, I desire your association so much. Thai kori eta asha. I have this strong desire to be with you. And then he says, Tumi bina anya gati nai. Anya gati nai. Besides you, O my Lord, there is no other gati. There is no other attainment than you, my dear Lord, and your divine lotus feet. So that's Prabhupada's prayer, written on the Jaladuta. This is, I think, probably a couple of weeks after he experienced the heart attack, before he entered into the Suez Canal. I think that's called the Arabian Sea. The what? The Red Sea? Acha. Yeah. So while he was in that sea, from the tip of the southern tip of India going up towards the Suez Canal, that's when the great storm took place. And for about 1 week, the waves were so high and the ship was rolling, and Srila Prabhupada's heart was literally just suffocating. And he had a heart attack, not just one. He said twice he had a heart attack in those days. He did not eat anything for those days. He did not make any entry into his diary. We have his diary, his Jaladuta diary. What he did was the page, each day he just made a line across the page. Then, after about the 6th day, then he wrote. I'll have to find that and read it. But he wrote, have passed through very, very great difficulty. Very great difficulty. So, let me see. I want to find that. Okay. Yes, so, okay, this is in the 5th chapter of his diary, and it's the Jaladuta sets sail for America. And then the next section is America, Srila Prabhupada arrives at Boston Harbor. Okay, so I'm just going to look here. August, wait, no. Jaladuta set sail. Okay. So this is the month of September. All right, it's got day by day. starting on the 1st of September, Wednesday. Oh yeah, okay, here it is. Just before that. No. This is the 24th. And Srila Prabhupada says, today about 1:30 p.m., I inquired from the wheel room that we have come only 400 miles off the Indian coast. My seasickness is still continuing. Yeah, he says, this is on the 23rd, the day before that, which was Ekadasi day, Annada Ekadasi day. He said, we started toward the Red Sea on the western front at about 12:30 noon. The sky was almost clear. There was sunshine since the starting of the trip from Cochin port. Cochin. I flew there. That's in South India on the west coast, one of the main cities down there in, not Tamil Nadu, what's below there? You went there. Kerala, yeah. So, he says, we are floating now on the Arabian Sea. My seasickness again began. Headache, vomiting tendency, no hunger, dizziness, and no energy to work. It is continuing. There are sometimes showers of rain, but for a short time, and there was a fellow passenger in my cabin. He is also attacked with seasickness, and the whole night passed. Now, he inquired the next day, and he says, I take my meals once only, but today I could not take my full meals also, although I was fasting yesterday on Ekadasi. I am feeling uncomfortable. Then the next day, he says, he only writes these words, 25th, beginning from today, down. That's all he wrote. Down. What does that mean? I am completely collapsed down. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30th. 5 days plus Wednesday, that's 6 days. Finally, there's no entry in his diary, and finally on the 31st, on Tuesday, he says, writes in his diary, passed over a great crisis on the struggle for life and death. A separate statement has to be written on this crisis area. So on the first Wednesday, they are at Port Suez, he writes that. Then the second Thursday, Suez Canal and Port Said. Then third Friday, he writes, we started from Port Said today at about 1 p.m. The Port Said city is nice. It has long, narrow, neat and clean roads with lofty buildings. The city is not at all congested. While passing the rear point of the Suez towards Mediterranean Sea, the city is clearly seen, but it is a small city with some industrial factories. Although in the desert, in the city, all varieties of vegetables are available. There is also a marine drive like Bombay Chowpatty Beach. I could see a good park in the city. Now on the 4th, the next day, there was a rehearsal for emergency. We all prepared with belt on the body, and the lifeboat was tested whether they were in order. There were 2 boats with capacity to load 120 persons. But we were all about 55 on the board. On Sunday the 5th, In the evening, the sky was cloudy and they expected foggy weather, and all of them became a little gloomy. But at midnight, we passed Malta, Sicily. Malta, Sicily, by God's grace, it was all right throughout the night. 6th Monday. Today I have taken khichdi and kadhi sauce. It was tasteful, and I took them with relish. And this gave me a push forward to get renewed strength little by little. Tuesday the 7th. Today, Varaha Dvadashi, observed. The best atmospheric condition on Tuesday the 7th, on Varaha Dvadashi, the best atmospheric condition on the Mediterranean Sea. All along, we have seen the Algerian coast. Wednesday the 8th. Today at about 8 o'clock in the morning and near about Gibraltar, we had a first experience of fog impediment. It was all dark around the ship, and she stopped moving completely. She was whistling now and then to protect herself from other unseen ships being collided with. We started at about 11 again on the 9th at about 2:30 p.m. We passed over Gibraltar port, ending at Tarita Lighthouse. The other side is Spanish Morocco. There is regular ferry steamer service. The SRT doesn't say what that means. It has a question mark. They put in, the editors. The SRT is wide, about 7 miles across. So it must be referring to that area of the strait. Oh, strait, SRT. Okay, yeah, the Strait of Gibraltar. Now Prabhupada ended. We are in the Atlantic. Thursday the 9th. Till 4 o'clock afternoon, we have crossed over the Atlantic Ocean for 24 hours. The whole day was clear and almost smooth. I am taking my food regularly and I got some strength to struggle. There is slight lurching of the ship and I am feeling slight headache also. But I am struggling and the nectarine, get this one, what Prabhupada says here. But I am struggling and the nectarine of life is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the source of all my vitality. What a wonderful, wow. I am struggling and the nectarine of life is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, the source of all my vitality. 10th Friday. Today the ship is plying very smoothly. I feel better today. But now he expresses how he's actually feeling. Srila Prabhupada is now telling how he's feeling. I am feeling separation from Sri Vrindavan and from my Lord Sri Govinda Gopinath Radha Damodar. The only solace is Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, in which I am tasting the nectarine of Lord Chaitanya's Leela. I have left Bharat Bhumi just to execute the order of Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati in pursuance of Lord Chaitanya's order. I have no qualification, but I have taken up the risk just to carry out the order of His divine grace. I depend fully on their mercy, so far away from Vrindavan. 11th Saturday. Today the ship ran on very smoothly. The sky was clear. There was sunshine all the day. At about 7:30 in the morning, we passed on the Azore Group Islands under the Portugal Republic. There was again a rehearsal for lifeboat saving at 4:30 p.m. There was a rehearsal of the fire brigadiers also. And at night, there was profuse moonlight on the ocean and a considerable lurching of the ship also. But did not affect me very much as it used to do in the Arabian Sea. The Atlantic Ocean is more kind to me than all other seas so far that we have crossed over. It is all Lord Krishna's grace. 12th Sunday, SR Day. What does that mean? SR Day. Today there is a great deal of lurching, although the sky is clear. Mrs. Pandya, the wife of the captain of the ship, although she's a little lady, but she's very intelligent. She's also learned. She has foretold about my future. Thanks to her prediction, all blessings of Lord Krishna for her. The crisis which I was supposed to have crossed is also mentioned by her. Apparently she must have done his chart and read his chart. If I have crossed the crisis, then that is the goodwill of Lord Krishna, my friend and philosopher. In the evening, there was too much lurching and I felt a bit seasickness. I could not take my food properly. A little sweets were accepted with some relish. And the lurching continued till midnight, Monday the 13th. Lurching decreased, and I felt relief. And in the morning also, I could not take my breakfast properly. Then I cooked bati chachari. Doesn't say what that is. It appeared to be delicious, and I was able to take some food. Today I have disclosed, this is the day when he wrote this prayer, 13th of September, Monday. Today I have disclosed my mind to my companion, Lord Sri Krishna. You know the meaning of companion? My friend who is with me, accompanying me. Today I have disclosed my mind to my companion, Lord Sri Krishna. There is a Bengali poem made by me today in this connection. That's what we just read. At about 11, there is a little lurching. You know lurching? The ship is going like this. You know, big, huge ship on the waves, so it's called lurching. And that was what was causing his seasickness. Okay, listen to this. So at about 11, there was a little lurching. Then the captain of the ship, he tells, they had never seen such calmness of the Atlantic Ocean. In all the times they went across, they had never seen such calmness of the Atlantic. So I said to them, it is Lord Krishna's mercy. Then his wife asked me to come back again with them so that they may have again a calm Atlantic Ocean. But Prabhupada is telling here now, if the Atlantic would have shown its usual face, perhaps I would have died. But Lord Krishna has taken charge of the ship. Now he doesn't tell that here, but you remember how Prabhupada explained? Later Prabhupada told his disciples, it's also in this same book, because there's a section after the diaries, then there's a section of Prabhupada personally talking with his disciples. Yes. And also Prabhupada is going in a car and he's directing where they should drive to, and he's showing them in the Lower East Side where he was living and where, you know, where he was hosted by Dr. Mishra and so forth. But Prabhupada told the story to the disciples that when that was happening to him on the ship for 6 days, heart attack, no possibility to eat anything, vomiting tendency, everything, and he would almost die. So Srila Prabhupada said, Krishna came to him in a vision. And where was Krishna sitting? Krishna was sitting in a big long rowboat in front of the ship. Is that correct? You remember? Yeah. He was sitting in a long rowboat which has oars, row for rowing. And that boat was attached to the ship by a rope. Yes. And who was rowing the boat? Krishna was there standing and looking, and sitting and rowing were who? The 10 avatars of Krishna. They were rowing the boat. And from what I can remember, I'll read it again later when I'm in my room, that Krishna spoke to him and he said, "Oh Abai, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Everything will be successful." So that was Shri Krishna completely taking charge of the ship. That's what he said here. That Lord Krishna has taken charge of the ship. Tuesday the 14th, today is the 33rd day of our journey. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, I saw the sky cloudy with dim moonlight. Then from morning till 1 o'clock, the sky remained cloudy, and at 1:30 p.m. there was a shower of rain. The sky is still cloudy and the wind is blowing from the southeast corner, and it is raining at intervals. The whole day passed in that way, and the wind assumed a paracyclonic face with dense clouds, resulting in rain till 9:30 p.m. with regular lightning, etc. At 10 o'clock, when I was talking in the captain's room, then the chief engineer, Mr. Travers, told me that he had never had such an experience of calm and quietness of the Atlantic Ocean. There was always a typhoon, a cyclone, fog, etc., at least for days in every trip in the past, he said. This is what Mr. Travers said. So I said to him that it is Lord Krishna's grace. If such things as usual in the Atlantic would have taken place, I would die. Wednesday the 15th is the last day. Today, the 34th day of our journey, as usual, I rise up at 3 a.m. and when I went to the veranda, I saw the sky almost clear. There was moonshine on head, and although the wind from the southeast was strong, the ocean was clear visioned and the ship was passing smoothly. So at about 11 a.m., the sky again became overcast with cloud, and it is continued till 3 p.m. There were rainfalls at intervals, but after 4 o'clock, the sky became clear and there was bright sunshine. I was engaged in reading Kaliya Damana Leela from the Srimad Bhagavatam, and especially the prayers by Srimati Nagapatnis and the last appealing prayer by Kaliya. Thursday the 16th, Srila Prabhupada arrives at Boston Harbor in America. Today, he writes, today is the 35th day of our journey, and yesterday night at about 10:30 p.m., we have turned one wheel towards northeastern corner from the Bermuda latitude towards Boston port. In the morning, the atmosphere was fairly cleared and the ship was plying very smoothly. The first officer told me that they had never had such experience of the Atlantic Ocean, and he ascribed the good luck to me. And I said, yes, it is all Lord Krishna's grace, because due to my severe type of seasickness, he has himself taken charge of the ship. Then, the Lord, in an expansion, was rowing the oars. He's mentioning it here. So we shall certainly reach to America port safely. The whole day was clear sunshine, but at 4 p.m. the sky all of a sudden became foggy. The sun became dim, covered by foggy weather. The horizon is still visible. Let us see what is still ahead. The ship is stopped completely at about 6 p.m. on account of dense fog. Be Lord Krishna pleased to get out from this fog. By the grace of Lord Krishna, the fog was cleared after 2 to 3 hours, and the ship started. The whole night was non-disturbing, and today on the 36th day of our journey, we reached safely at Boston Port at 5:30 a.m. What was the date? You remember? Let me see. So, this is the 17th. The 17th at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. 17th of September, right? Yeah. So they've been 36 days on the ship. 35th day is the last day when they came to the port. And they arrived at 5:30 a.m. on Friday the 17th, which was a 36th day. So Prabhupada writes that we are now on the dockyard of Boston, and at 10 a.m. the custom officers and the others came on the ship. They have now issued the admittance permission after duly checking me, etc. Due checking, etc. I saw the Boston town with the captain. They went in a car. It is very nice, and I shall describe it in a separate note. 36th day from starting from Calcutta port. Today we are expected to reach Boston Port, USA in the morning. ACB, AC Bhaktivedanta, 965. We stayed the whole day and night at Boston till 4 p.m. the next day. Today is the 37th day of our journey, and at 4 p.m. we left Boston Port for New York. In the morning, I had telephonic calls with Gopal P. Agarwal in Butler, and he said that his man will receive me at New York and dispatch me to Butler by bus or train as convenient. And now Butler, Pennsylvania has become known throughout the whole world. Because what just happened there in Butler a few weeks ago? Bullet through the ear of Trump. Yes. Just caught him in his ear. If it would have been 1 inch difference, he would have died. So we devotees know that Krishna has a plan. And that's why in the same town that Srila Prabhupada first came to, Butler, Pennsylvania, this historic event took place. Yes. We are not ashamed to say that this is the mercy of Prabhupada and Mahaprabhu. So, he talked with him on the phone, and he said that there will be a man to receive me at New York and to dispatch me to Butler by bus or train as convenient. And I tried to contact Dr. Mishra, but he was not available both yesterday and today. I do not know if he is coming to receive me. So today I met two American nice gentlemen, Mr. Gardiner and Mr. Fryert. We passed a beautiful canal and we crossed underneath two over bridges. But at midnight there was considerable fog disturbance and the ship moved very slowly. The fog persisted till we reached late at New York port at 12:30 on 19th of September 1965. Then, Sunday the 19th, today is the 38th day of our journey, and we reached New York port at 12:30 p.m., about 3 hours later than the scheduled time. Wow. So then Saturday the 25th, there's a whole bunch of days. I don't know if this is a mistake. Anyway, Sunday the 19th and Saturday the 25th, today I have sent a letter to Captain Arun Pandya. Okay, so then his other diary starts then. Yeah, so, yeah. Wow. So that is Srila Prabhupada's journey. He's still on the ship. We're waiting for him to arrive to rescue all of us from the unlimited, endless ocean of birth, death, disease, and old age. But Prabhupada's coming. We already got his guarantee that he's coming. And Krishna also made the arrangement that Prabhupada should successfully complete that journey. And after that, the story begins. And there are so many wonderful books written by the devotees who had the direct association of Prabhupada right from the first days when he was in New York City. Even Sally Agarwal, we even have, the video of her speaking. She was being interviewed when she was younger, many years ago, when they made that first film, the Hare Krishna people. You know, Yadavara, that first film, Hare Krishna something, I forget the title. But they interviewed Sally Agarwal. And Sally Agarwal was the lady, the wife of this other son, Gopal Agarwal. Yeah. And Prabhupada stayed in that town just a short distance away from their house. They put him in a place called the YMCA, and that's where he stayed. He had a bathroom and a nice bedroom and everything. And from there, every morning, he would walk. And as he was walking, different drivers who had met him during those 3 weeks, they would roll down their windows and they'd wave to him, "Oh, good morning, Swamiji." So while he was in that place, in that Butler, Pennsylvania, for about 3 weeks, he gave some classes in local Christian churches like that. And he was introduced to the different friends of the Gopal Agarwal family like that. But Sally Agarwal, who was American, white American, married to Indian. They also had a small boy, who they also named, what was his name? Gopal, I think also. Gopal, they named him. And there's a photo of Srila Prabhupada holding his hand while he's taking his first steps. And Prabhupada smiling, very big smile. I think it was printed in the newspaper. Yes. And you see Prabhupada with his pointy rubber shoes that they used to sell in India. And Prabhupada has his Swami hat on. And so Sally Agarwal was remembering the days that Srila Prabhupada spent with them. And she was expressing how wonderful it was to have his association. She of course didn't know anything really about his level and who he is and all of that. But because he related in such a personal, affectionate way with her and her family, she just remembered, and she started talking about how every day he would come and he would cook for all of us. He would cook his meals, and she was saying how incredibly tasteful was his cooking. We enjoyed it so much. Prabhupada also wrote in his diary about going to the supermarket in America for the first time. You know, and to be in an American supermarket compared to the shops in India, especially at that time, you know, is like so advanced, huge, gigantic, all different sections, indoors, not hampered by rain or anything, you know, snow, rain. And Prabhupada remarked how they had frozen vegetables. There's no such thing in India at that time as frozen vegetables, like frozen corn, frozen peas, and others. So they bought some. Prabhupada experienced that. He didn't say that it was worthless or bad, but he said, very convenient. Very convenient. But you know, when Sally Agarwal was remembering those days, being there with Prabhupada, she says, I can truthfully say that I think that was the happiest time of my whole life, you know. And she remained in contact with Prabhupada by letters all through that whole first year, second year. Many decades later, when there were some memorial, you know, programs that they did, I don't remember exactly where it was, but Sally Agarwal was a very elderly lady by that time. And she was also there. And she also related at some big meeting. It might have been at New Vrindavan or somewhere. But I think she's passed away now already. Now she's left her body. But, you know, so Prabhupada, the great adventure began, and Prabhupada also kept a diary for his time in New York City and his preaching activities every single day. What he was doing, how much money he was spending, what food he was buying, one stick of butter, he would say, you know, one stick of butter, like that. And Srila Prabhupada was continuing to cook every day for himself. When he went to New York after the 3 weeks, he did not want to stay in Butler because it's just a small little town. He wanted to go to the big city, New York. It's like Moscow, you know, like he wanted to just dig in as much as he could. And also it was a little bit, I don't know, you know, somehow or other Krishna arranged that Prabhupada only asked the immigration officer for 3 weeks. He actually asked him, how long do you want to stay? And then Prabhupada reasoned that, I have these books, I can do this. He was thinking in his mind. And he said, probably utmost, I can stay 3 months. So they stamped his passport 3 months. But then things started to happen. He started meeting different people and he was encouraged. And so when it was time, he again extended his visa for another 3 months. And then after that was a third extension for another 3 months. So that's 9 months from the time that he arrived in like the end of or middle of September. Was it middle or end of September? Forget now. But yeah, he arrived on what? 8th of September? 18th, okay, middle of September he arrived. So 9 months would be October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So those extensions enabled him to meet the devotees, to preach to them, to make them into devotees, and then Mukunda and his friends, they arranged for Prabhupada to be moved with all of the things that he had to 26 Second Avenue, and there it began to explode. Yes. So you have to read the books. What books? Especially Mukunda's book that describes the whole time in New York with Prabhupada from the very beginning. And that's called Miracle on 2nd Avenue. That's the title. Then after that, you have to read the book of Achyutananda's, which is called, what is it called? Blazing Sadhus. You know where he got that? There was a movie made by Mel something called Blazing Saddles. Saddle, like you put on a horse. Achyutananda is very clever, jokester, but very intelligent. So he named his book Blazing Sadhus, and then he explained it on the back cover. Why blazing? Because in the stage of Krishna Prem, in the stage of Bhav, the ecstatic symptoms become visible in the body, and the ecstatic moods of ecstasy overwhelm the devotee in 5 stages. And those 5 stages are compared to like when you light a fire, and then in the very beginning there's just, the fire is not there yet, but there's some smoke comes up, smoldering. And then in the then it begins to burn in a very limited, small way. And then the burning increases. And when it finally gets to the 5th stage, it's called blazing. Like when you build a fire with a lot of wood, it's just like... I remember recently we were in Badger a couple of years back, and they made such a big, huge bonfire. You couldn't go very close to it. So that's called blazing. So he named his book Blazing Sadhus, because now he was with Prabhupada, who was exhibiting all these ecstatic moods, and in the blazing level of Krishna Prem. But it's very beautifully written by him, his first experience of being with Prabhupada in 26 2nd Avenue, his first exchange with Prabhupada. And then later he also writes about his going to India, and also being with Prabhupada in India in, like, I think it was 1967, like that. But anyway, that's the 2nd book. Then the 3rd book, which chronicles, each phase of Prabhupada's preaching, I would say it would have to be the book of Shyamasundar Prabhu, which is titled Chasing Rhinos with the Swami. And there's 3 volumes now, but I haven't seen the 3rd. I have the 1st and the 2nd, but Rishabdev Prabhu has read the 3rd. He was able to get that in America, and I think on Amazon you can download it. But I'm waiting till I can buy the book. So, but that describes the next phase, which was San Francisco. The whole thing vividly described, how they brought Prabhupada by plane for the first time. Prabhupada flew in an airplane from the East Coast, New York, to the West Coast, to San Francisco, and they arranged a mantra rock concert, which was so successful. Then the preaching was just incredibly expanding, because that was the summer of love, 1967. 67, So Prabhupada was there, and there were thousands and thousands of hippies, and how they gradually came and joined the temple. Many became devotees. So that whole San Francisco is documented in that book. And then Prabhupada came to London. They first went there, and for almost a year they prepared everything in London. 3 couples, and that was Shyamasundar, Guru Das, and Mukunda, and their 3 wives, Malati, Janaki, and Jamuna. So those 3 couples, Prabhupada was so proud of them, because they did what even Prabhupada's godbrothers couldn't do. They tried in the 1930s. But Prabhupada said he was so proud that his 3 householder couples completely opened up the country. and started the movement and started the first temple in London, and then it just began to expand. And then the second volume is telling in 1970, when I just joined, that's exactly when Prabhupada came. In August of 1970, beginning of August, Prabhupada left from America and went to India. And the second volume tells about 10 months with Prabhupada, traveling all over India, and his party that he called his World Sankirtan Party. And you can see many, many photos and even videos of those devotees. They were all chanting and dancing for Prabhupada's preaching mission continually, like for the whole 10 months, and going with Prabhupada all around India, meeting all these big business magnates, like, you know, industrialists who owned factories and everything. They're very wealthy, and Prabhupada made them into life members. Then the third volume is still also in the second volume. He's beginning to tell about the years. He traveled with Prabhupada for a couple of years at least as his personal secretary. So all of that is in Shyamasundara's book. Then you have to read Guru Das's book. And Guru Das's book tells also of San Francisco and of preaching in London, and also some time after that. Then you have to read Yamuna's book, which is 2 volumes. And that also tells a lot more details of the New York period, where she first met Prabhupada, and Prabhupada, you know, asked her to make dough and cook the wedding feast of her sister, where her sister was Janaki, who got married to Mukunda. And so those books, those are the main books that chronicle, very detailed, what it was like to be with Prabhupada, what Prabhupada spoke to them. Oh yes, I forgot, the book I just read, Govinda Dasi's book. The title of her book is A Place of Sandalwood and Roses. And I'm sure there will be a second volume, because she only goes up to the point where Srila Prabhupada goes to India, and he just returns from India after a few months. But then her book finishes there. Guru Das's book is called The Wit and Wisdom of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. That's the title of his book, The Wit and Wisdom. And he very nicely encapsulates all the amazing way in which Prabhupada, but Shyamasundara's book even goes beyond that. You know, he's the best, in my opinion. So then, you know, who else? Oh, Prabhupada's personal servant, Shrutakirti. Shrutakirti wrote a book called What is the Difficulty? You ever saw that book? It's called What is the Difficulty? With question mark. Because he experienced being with Prabhupada day and night, all for many months over a period of 2-3 years. And, you know, Srila Prabhupada's mood was always so encouraging that even if something was really difficult, then Prabhupada would say, no difficulty. What is the difficulty? How Prabhupada was so encouraging. He wrote that book. There are others. Oh yeah, Hari Sari. Hari Sari from Australia. I think 3 volumes, right? At least 2 or 3. What was the title of his book? Do you remember? Anyway, he was the personal servant of Prabhupada for the last couple of years, traveling with Prabhupada. And he did a very excellent job of documenting, because he used, because almost everything that Prabhupada said was taped at that time. All of his morning walks, all of his personal darshans in his room, everything was audio recorded, tape recorded. So he did quite a good job of expressing that there. Then there's also, which is a little bit different, it was supposed to be the official biography of Srila Prabhupada, And it was started, in some months after Prabhupada departed in November of 1977. And the GBC at the time, they commissioned Satsvarup Maharaj that he should be the writer for Prabhupada's diary. And the diary, or the biography of Prabhupada was 5 or 6 volumes, I think. But, it was very limited, especially on the first volume. On the first volume, it was missing a lot. And of course, there have been other books that can tell you, even before Prabhupada left India, about his relationships with his godbrothers and so forth, like Mula Prakriti Didi's book, which is called Srila Prabhupada, A Friend to All. That's the title. Srila Prabhupada, A Friend to All. But that diary of Srila Prabhupada was also condensed into 1 volume later on. And that's what they sell at ISKCON mainly. But it's very lacking in true historical facts that took place, in Prabhupada's life. Even before he came to the West, and how he came to Mathura, lived with Srila Narayan Maharaj. It is very, very meager information in that first volume. And Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj also gave some advice to him, that he should be very careful in trying to depict the life of a pure devotee, before he manifested like his Acharya Leela, because you can unwittingly commit some offense by likening him to a conditioned soul, feeling such and such moods, because you cannot enter there. So a little bit of that was there also in those first volumes. I think it was called a Transcendental Diary. What? No, each volume had a different title. I think the first volume was called Planting the Seed. And the second volume was Every Town and Village. Lifetime in Preparation. Yeah. Right. That was the first volume, A Lifetime in Preparation. And then the second one was Planting the Seed. And then the third volume was Every Town and Village. And after that, not sure. So anyway, today we got to hear very, very deeply personal, transcendental moods of Srila Prabhupada. On Sunday, I am going to continue by reading Prabhupada's other prayer that he wrote in Boston Harbor, and also going into his diary in New York, his New York diary, and some of his personal conversations with his disciples, how he was remembering and informing them what took place. So in this way, I want to do that because I started doing that when I was in Badger. And when I was in Badger for those 2 years, each year I decided that I was going to read Srila Prabhupada's diary. And I was going to also kind of travel along with Prabhupada as he's coming in the Jaladuta to the West. There's also a beautiful song which I really love, sung by, used to be the wife of Mangalananda Prabhu, Mangalananda, who became, he was a very excellent musician. He's still living now. And he married one lady. It was his second wife, I think. And I'm pretty sure she was a Prabhupada disciple. But she also left her body because of cancer some years ago. But there's a video of her singing. And the background is, pictures of the ship crossing the Atlantic. And the title of it is O Atlantic. And it's a very beautiful memory. It brings tears to my eyes when I hear that, because she's praying to the Atlantic, please bring our Prabhupada to us. O Atlantic, like that. So, for me personally, I'm just telling you personally that unless I hear these accounts of my spiritual master and his glories and how he preached and how he did this miracle, then I cannot say that I have properly observed his appearance day in this world. I cannot say. Yes, of course, we can all glorify Srila Prabhupada and tell many, many things about him also. And that's part of the glorification of Srila Prabhupada. But to hear the narration of Prabhupada and of Prabhupada's own diary, his own prayers that he wrote to Krishna, and deeply meditate upon this, I think that completes the glorification of Srila Prabhupada's appearance, Vyasa Puja on Nanda Utsava day. So I will do that one more day on our Sunday class, day after tomorrow. But then the next week is approaching the great, incredible, most incredible day, Sri Radhastami. So I want to start the Radha Katha. Radha Katha. From that day, which will be, let me just check the date of that. That will be, let's see, Sunday is the 1st, Tuesday is the 3rd, Thursday 5th, then Sunday again. There's no particular days there that we need to celebrate on those days. Gaur Govinda Maharaj, his appearance day is supposedly on the 4th. So, but I can speak about him in the Tuesday class or the Thursday class. What do you think? Either way, or should we have a separate? Huh? You know, that's a good idea. I think what we could do is have the Thursday class just the day after his appearance, because these are Tuesday and Wednesday together. Or Tuesday. Or I could delay the class till Wednesday and then have the next class on Friday instead. So Tuesday and Thursday. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll have the Sunday class on the 1st of September. Then we'll have, instead of a Tuesday class, we'll have the Wednesday class on the 4th. But you know, there's question marks here. Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, in Madhukar's calendar, there's question marks there. So we'll do a little bit more investigating to see for sure whether that day or another day. I know for sure that his appearance day is in between Janmashtami and Radhastami. For sure I know that. So, but what we can do then is we can have the Wednesday instead of Tuesday, and then we can have a Friday class, Wednesday and Friday. And of course Saturday is Sri Sita Thakurani, but we'll speak about her on Friday class. And then comes the Sunday class, which we'll also do, we'll also do the Radha Katha. So I said that we would start on on Sunday I would continue with Prabhupada glorification, and then on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, then Radha Katha. So that brings us up to the Tuesday and Wednesday of the 10th and the 11th of September, which is the appearance day of Lalita Devi on the 10th, and on the 11th, the appearance day of Srimati Radharani on the 11th. So that's the big celebration day. How does that sound? Does that sound okay? Okay, so we'll complete our class today. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Sachinandan Jaya Gaura Hari, Sachinandan Jaya Gaura Hari. Jaya Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram. Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur, Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur. Oh Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur, Jaya Nitai, Jaya Gaur. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Haribo. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Gaur Haribo. Jai Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo. Shri Mahadvadasi Ekadasi Tithi Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Jaladuta Diary Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Vrindai Tulsidevai Priyai Keshavasya Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavachai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. All glory to the assembled devotees. Svaslava Savrafyam Sapriyadanim.